Go live.
Will do. And we're live.
Good afternoon and welcome to the February 25th meeting of the East Lansing Brownfield Redevelopment Authority. I will ask the Chad to call the roll, please.
Thank you, Chair. Jackie Babcock.
I'm present from Melbourne, Florida, virtually.
Thank you, Greg Ballwine.
Present, attending virtually from East Lansing, Michigan, Hingham County.
Kristen Clark. Jim Kroom.
Present, attending virtually from Leelanau County, Michigan.
Peter Dewan.
Present, attending virtually from Lansing, Michigan, Ingham County.
Luke Hackney.
Present, attending virtually from East Lansing, Michigan, Ingham County.
Michael Kruger. No. George Lahanas.
Present, attending virtually from East Lansing, Ingham County, Michigan.
Ruben Levinson.
Present, virtually Lansing, Michigan, Ingham County.
Jeff Smith.
Present, virtual East Lansing, Michigan, Ingham County.
Mayor Stevens.
President attending virtually from East Lansing, Michigan, Ingham County.
It's a 9-member quorum.
Great, thank you. I will move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and supported. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
We have the minutes from our January 28th meeting. Are there any changes to the minutes? Hearing none, I'll move to approve the minutes as presented and ask for a second.
Second, George.
Seconded by George. All those in favor of the approval of the minutes say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. We have no written communications. Is there anyone wishing to address the Brownfield Authority? Chad?
There's three. Yes, thank you, Chair. There's 3 callers in the queue.
Okay.
Our first caller is caller 903. Caller 903, you'll be unmuted and given 5 minutes to speak. Caller 903, you've been asked to be unmuted.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome.
This is Victor Loomis. I'm calling in to listen in. I understand you're going to have an abbreviated meeting. I did call in to the DDA meeting because of conflicts. I called in after public comment. My intent was just to listen in and to continue to monitor the progress. But I'm going to change my objective here a little bit. And I want to strongly endorse Peter Dewan's comments about your 25%. I forget exactly what you are calling that on the Center City project. I'm going to, again, I endorse Peter's comments. I think he was spot on. I'm going to submit that you do not have 3 to 5 years to hold this discussion and make some decisions. My observation, for what it's worth, is based upon 2 considerations and endorsed by over 4 decades of involvement in this type of work. Number 1, and you've heard me say it before, functionally, you do not have a non-recourse bond on that project. And that was evidenced by the fact that a few weeks ago, you went in and refinanced the bond and the manner in which you refinanced the bond. My second observation is this monstrous Red Cedar project that is under development. I think it's going to be a huge amount of competition from what I'm seeing and hearing and being advised to our downtown. So again, for what it's worth, I strongly endorse Peter's comments, and I hope that the BRA and the DDA enter into conversations and give some serious thought to exactly where we stand in the downtown, because we don't need any further leverage. The velocity of leverage on a contraction is much quicker than the velocity of leverage on an expansion. Thank you for the opportunity to make those comments.
Thank you, former Mayor Loomis. Next caller, Chad.
Sure, the next caller is the last three digits of 963. Caller 963, you'll be unmuted, given the opportunity to speak for 5 minutes, and if you do not wish to speak, please say pass.
Hi, this is Alice Drager. Just two quick comments. One is that I'm hearing from residents of Newman Lofts that their concern is not people under age 55. Their concern is noise. In fact, and not from interior to the building, outside of the building from the bars. I heard from one person who was moving out who told me I could quote him by name saying exactly that, and that he said other tenants were moving out for the same reason. That is something the DDA and the city could do something about, but I think it speaks to the tension of what exactly you want in terms of economic development downtown. Many of us did name, when this project was under development, the lack of likelihood that people who were grown-ups were going to want to live above noisy bars. We were told that they were going to use thick glass, but apparently it's not thick enough. So that's a major concern I'm hearing. I'm also hearing what the age-friendly communities people put into their letter to council, the two concerns about lack of accommodation for a range of mobility and also the issue of the rents simply being too high. So I'm hearing those things with regard to this particular project. Secondly, I want to really urge you all to start paying attention and participating in the form-based code discussion. Planning Commission is doing an enormous amount of work, and the planning staff has done a gigantic amount of work on this project. And the central tension is one that Jeff Smith was alluding to, this question of policy or doing things through encouragement. Right now, the form-based code is going in the large direction of a lot of regulation in the hopes of getting good design, but it has the potential to have a dampening down effect in terms of economic development. And I've been pushing on questions on that. I asked the question of whether there was going to be an economic development analysis of the form-based code draft, and I was told no, at least not now. It could have a very positive effect economically. It could have a very negative effect economically, but it's absolutely the DDA's territory that it involves. So I really think you all should need to be paying attention to that soon. One of the things that it turned up, for example, is in the draft that you can't redevelop a property if it doesn't face a street. Nicole McPherson just alluded to that in her presentation to you. That should be of concern to the DDA since they're about to take your street away. And whether or not that really counts as taking your street away under the form-based code, I'm not sure. That's a legal question you worked out, but it speaks to the kinds of ways in which the DDA really, really needs to be paying attention. There are a lot of ways this code could be used to spur economic development or dampen down economic development. It's certainly not the Planning Commission's intention to dampen it down, but I really think you should be paying attention. The folks paying attention right now are paying attention to design. They have said explicitly they're not paying attention to the question of economic development. Thank you.
Thank you for your call. Are there any callers, additional callers, Chad?
Looks like Michael Homier may have called in. Mike, I'm gonna unmute you to see if you had any public comment at this time.
No, I'm fine.
All righty, thank you. That's all, Chair.
Okay, thank you for the callers' input. That will conclude our public part of our meeting. We will move on to communications from staff. Any communications?
No, Chair.
Seeing none, we will move to our business item agenda, which is the consideration of a third amendment to the Center City Master Development Agreement. This was deferred by the DDA at our previous meeting. Is there a motion available or interest to be offered by a BRA member?
George here. I move that we defer the item to our meeting on, is it March 25? Again,
Yes.
sorry.
And I'll second.
It's been moved by George, supported by Mayor Stevens to defer.
Could I comment on the motion?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'd just like to give a thank you to Jim Kroom. I think that question was a good pose, and I think getting an answer to it will make sure that we're doing the right thing. So I appreciate it.
Great. Any further discussion? So it's been moved and supported to defer the item to our March 25th meeting, the third amendment to the MDA. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion to defer is unanimous. Any additional items to address? Hearing none, any board member comments or concerns? All right, I will move that we adjourn the meeting. I thank everyone for your quick getting back into this meeting from our DDA meeting, and ask for a second to adjourn.
Second.
It's been seconded by Mayor Stevens. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Meeting's adjourned.